Hey everybody, today in this video I'm going to give you my top 5 favorite tips on how to get the most out of your open house events this season. Okay, well, before we get into that, if you like what you see here, make sure you hit that like bell and smash that subscribe button below to get all of our content on a weekly basis. And make sure you guys stick around to the very end of the video, because I'm going to give you a little bonus tip on how you can make all of your open house prospecting super painless. Okay, you guys, this is Harvey from Lifetime Realty in Orange, California, with my top 5 tips to get the most out of your open house events this year. Tip number 1. Be sure to post your open house event on the MLS system no later than Wednesday. When we have events on the weekend, we want to make sure that the listing is going to be syndicated and that as many people who are looking at your listing online know you're going to be having an event on the weekend. By posting no later than Wednesday, you can make sure you'll have as much traffic as possible on the day of the event. If possible, I would suggest posting it as far out as a week before the event. Okay, tip number 2 is about signs. Make sure you have as many open house directional signs as possible out and about in the neighborhood around your open house. I would say at a bare minimum, you should never do an event with less than 8. Now, I know we're all at different stages in our business, so I would suggest adding to your sign collection with every closing as you can afford it, but ultimately, remember, the more signs you have up, the more traffic you're going to get. The bonus with that is that your signage is like little mini billboards for your business. So the agents that really kill it on their open houses and have really big, vibrant events are agents that put out as many as 20 or 30 signs. So make sure that you don't skimp on putting out signs for your event. Okay, tip number 3, just to follow up with my signs, is when you're putting out your signs, get in the habit of asking the neighbors permission to put your signs out in front of their house. You would be surprised how many agents are out in the morning putting signs up all over the neighborhood. If you take an extra 2 minutes to knock on the door, introduce yourself, just say, hey look, I'm having an event down the street. Is it cool if I put this sign out in your grass? It's not going to cause any damage and I'm going to pick it up by the end of the day. You would be amazed how appreciative they would be. Every time I have done that, the number one thing they say to me is they cannot believe someone actually took the time to ask permission instead of just putting the sign out. It's an awesome way to meet the neighbors, invite them to an event, add someone to your database, and now you got someone you can help down the line in the future. All right, you guys, tip number 4. This is during the open house, and I know this is going to sound crazy, but it makes a humongous difference. When people walk into your open house, greet them by standing up on your feet. Nothing looks worse than walking into an open house and seeing an agent sitting on the couch, playing with their phone, and then saying hi. You're inviting people to an event, right? You're making a first impression. You're trying to meet people and guide them through this process of buying a house. Stand up, be excited to greet them. We're not trying to chase them like a car dealership, but at least make them feel welcome, like they're coming to your own home. The biggest difference you can make in that first impression when folks walk into your open house is to simply be standing and smiling and ready to greet them and show them the property. So tip number 4, always be standing. All right, tip number 5. This one is about follow-up. And I know this is going to make some of you guys nervous, but just do it a couple times and trust me, you guys are going to love it. When you follow up with people who have come to your open house, do it by sending them a video text. Now, when should you do that? I think it is imperative that you follow up with them the day of the event. Just shoot them a quick text with a video, just introducing yourself again, thanking them for coming to the open house, making sure they know this is your direct cell phone number, and if they need help with anything, this is the number to call you on. The best way to do this, I have found, is that after I'm done setting up my open house for the day, before the guests arrive, I'll go to the kitchen or whatever part of the house is the best looking, has the best lighting, and I'll just shoot a very generic non-name video like, hey, this is Cole, we met today at the open house on Banana Street. Thank you so much for coming. This is my direct cell phone if you need any questions. I'll be following up with you next week, but in the meantime, you know how to get a hold of me if you need me. Have a great day. Thank you so much. Whatever works for you, always be yourself, but keep in mind, most buyers are going to see multiple open houses on the weekend. They're going to meet a lot of agents, and no matter how awesome our first impression is, they're probably going to forget about us once they get to their car. Just taking the extra minute to shoot that text at the end of the day when you're packing up, even if it's a video you already pre-made, makes a humongous difference in your conversion and in the retention of the leads you guys are going to meet at the open house. All right, you guys, thank you for sitting through those 5 tips. As promised, here is your bonus piece. Prospecting can be daunting and it can make a lot of people nervous. I think one of the most painless ways to invite the neighbors about the open house is to give them a heads up about it. And so what I mean by that is, on Thursday and Friday before my open house, I like to door knock at least 20 of the neighbors. You can manage it by maybe doing 5 homes on either side of your listing and then 5 across the street. Just try introducing yourself and giving them a heads up about the open house. Let them know there's going to be an event on the street this weekend. There's going to be more traffic than usual. There's going to be some strangers in the neighborhood. Let them know that you want to make sure that they know how to get a hold of you in case there's anything going on that they think you should know about or that they're unhappy with. They are going to be so appreciative that you took the time to let them know that there was going to be something going on Saturday. And at the same time, you can say, look, why don't you come by, we're going to have lunch, give me your opinion on the house, I'd love to know what you guys think about the price. You will build so much more rapport, and it'll take that pain away from having like a salesy kind of conversation with the neighbors. Doing little tweaks like that is the best way to make your prospecting more or less painless, so that you don't have to worry about being intimidated or bothering people to see if they want to sell their home. Starting off on the right foot by letting them know about something that's happening on their street makes an awesome first impression and will get you so many more people to join your database and keep in touch with you going forward. So get in the habit of always inviting the neighbors to your open houses by framing it around giving them a heads up about the event on their street. They're going to love you and appreciate it just the way they love and appreciate you asking permission to put a sign out on their lawn as well for the open house. So this is the time of year to get out there and do open houses. It's going to be an awesome year for open house events. I wish you guys a ton of luck. And if you guys want to see any more of our content, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like bell as well, and go out there and level up every day.